So John, telematics, let's talk about that. It's a technology that people might have heard about, but what does it offer? What are Dawson's doing with it?
Yeah, telematics in its basic form is satellite tracking. It's just being able to see where the vehicle is at any one point in time. I think we've taken that to another level. We're working to deliver a suite of products from the telematics which can give you some more in-depth information about the vehicle, how the vehicle's operating, a real live in-service health check of the vehicle. Right. This can actually save costs for the operator. We're working very closely with a company at the moment whereby we can effectively monitor brake performance in service for the vehicle, and the DVSA are accepting that this telemetry and this level of detail is sufficient to negate the need to go to have the vehicles brake tested on a regular basis. Now, that's £40–50 a visit times by 4 or 5 visits a year, so it's a real cost saving there for using and adopting the telematics. Beyond that, we're using the telemetry to actually prove to our operators, quite perversely really, that they don't actually need as many trailers as they thought they did. So what we're actually doing is, yes, there might be a higher value in the package, but we're proving to the operator that actually with better resourcing, planning and the ability to track the trailers, the quantities needed aren't just quite as many as they first envisaged or would have otherwise envisaged.
So you may be the only company in the UK that's actually helping customers buy less.
Well, possibly. We're not going to reduce it to zero, though. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Autonomy, another aspect that you mentioned at the outset. Let's talk about that. Any good case studies there, and how does that work?
Well, at the moment, I think we're all in a bit of a wait and see with autonomy. There's a lot of legislative pressures that need to be answered first, and I think that the general public has got to get used to the idea of killer robot vehicles on the road and get over the sort of the angst of this. I think some of the early days technology that's being tested at the moment is platooning, where a series of vehicles operate in very close convoy to each other, enabling the lead driver effectively to make the decisions for all the following vehicles, to close the gaps between the vehicles that are following, to save fuel in the vehicles in that convoy. Yeah. And I think that's real life technology. That's likely to be on the way very, very shortly. The ultimate sort of driverless vehicle, well, we've seen that technology in the States with Uber and such like. The public perception of it isn't strong, and I think that we need to work very hard to make sure that those things deliver economically and safely before there's any sort of wholesale rush towards that. And I'm sure that the manufacturers and the various software and tech businesses are working very, very hard to do that at the moment.
Wonderful.